Hello everybody, I just wanted to make a video about all of the state board tests. I went once and I failed, and I came back, and I ended up passing the second time, but I just want to tell everybody that it requires a lot of studying. It really does. I mean, the written part takes, I don't know, it depends on you, but it takes a while to do. It's only 100 questions. I freaking studied every day. Every moment of chance I got, I had to study for the written part. For the other part, the practical, where you actually have to show them what you're doing, it's not as hard as it used to be. It's a lot easier now. You know what you're doing. You know exactly which ones you're doing. They tell you everything in this and blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to give you guys a few hints on all this and how to do it, because it was hard for me to understand certain practicals as I was already out of school. Anyway, like I was saying, so I started off with, now, when you get there, it's always a smart idea to go to the rent-a-kit place, and it's about 90 bucks, I think, for the whole kit. And now you have to buy a hand, and if you want to buy their head and their stand. I do recommend this because my head and my stand were all too high. They were old. My head didn't work. I knew that it wouldn't work for perm, so it's just easier to buy everything there. They have the hand with the full weld nails already on, and so it's a lot easier, because if you just try to glue the tips on and buy the hand yourself like I did, it won't work, because that's not what they want. They want you to paint the whole nail. Anyway, so I recommend you buy their head, which is the right amount length of hair, their stand, which is just good enough unless you have your own stand, it's up to you, and then their hand with all the nails already on them, because it's just easier that way. And the full kit itself altogether came out to like 110. It doesn't really matter. It's your test. You're just trying to get this over with. So that's my hint there. And then the next day is your test day. You gotta get there early, 5:45, blah blah blah. Get there early. They show you how to do everything. They give you hints of how to set everything up. Now, with the other girls that I saw that were there, they were putting like their head they just bought into their bag, so that way when I didn't do that. I just held on to my head and my stand like I was ready for it, like I was just wanting to get in there, get it over with. And so I went in there and I was waiting in the room with my head and my stand. Everything was ready. I made sure that head was on there good. You really have to make sure you do that. And then just hold on to that head. I would not put it back into that bag, because that's more time you're losing of when you get into there. They didn't tell me to put it away or nothing. You could keep it out. That's what I did. And I had, my head, and it was in my lap with my stand already on it, and it was ready to just get in there, screw it on, and start. So that's what I did. So the whole time I was waiting in the waiting room, that's what I did. I had my head right there and everyone looking at me like I was weird, but when I got into there, they tell you, okay, now set up your head and your stand. And everyone else was grabbing into their bags, and mine was already, okay, done, screwed on, and I'm done. I was waiting around for everybody else to finish, like I was quick. And so that was that part. Setting up, it's really up to you. The whole bag itself is real big. They tell you to put it in the front, and then they tell you to move it back. Just make sure you don't have anything in their way. But when you do unpack your kit, you're supposed to take out your caddy, of course, and then put everything in your shelves. And make sure you plug in that curling iron, because they do not give you any other time to plug in that curling iron. So you get there, you set up your doll head on the back of the thing. You set it up, you put your bag to the side, and then she's going to tell you, okay, unpack. You unpack everything. Once you have everything out, unpacked, you plug in that iron quick. You make sure everything is out of that bag, everything's plugged in. Make sure you know where your trash bags are, your cloths, everything like that. So that's that. And then you unpack, you make sure you plug it in, and then have your dryer out too, of course, your hair dryer. And then you start on your first operation. Everyone knows what it is. I mean, I can't really remember right now, but you start on your first operation. Oh, of course, curling iron. Straight curls, top, four on to the side, only a side, dry this, or dry that. Anyway, so everyone knows that. And then my hints are, to make sure you're very, very clean about everything. I mean, you have to make sure she sees everything that you are doing. If it means kind of just watching her to see where she is, I would do that. Make sure you spray everything down with your cloths. You wipe it off. Make sure it's clean.